Hello. Just wanted to report on something kind of funny. Um, I, I, I don't know if it's funny, haha, but it's very ADHD. So I came home from work and head out. I headed out to go to a Pilates class, and my plan was to do the Pilates class and then have a small dinner somewhere in the neighborhood of my next class, which was going to be like a sound bath class, like a yoga type class. And so I was also going to return a book to the library. And I was about ready to get out of my car, and I look in my purse, and my wallet's not in there. It was on the coffee table at home. So I don't know. I tend to look through my purse for things, but I'm like, why did I have my wallet actually out? This is my problem. I take things out and I don't put them back. I take things out and I don't put them back. And that had caused me to realize I have to come back home because I'm hungry and I don't have my wallet, and I'm not going to make the class, which is in less than 30 minutes, so I had to cancel it. And of course, there is always a fee. So that's another great find for the ADHD tax, is all these little fines that keep adding up from all these classes I have to cancel because of health changing or childcare changing, or scenarios like today where I didn't have my wallet. And I'm always trying to push myself to do 2 classes. Why not? But then I noticed that I need buffer time, and sometimes doing more than one thing is crazy, and sometimes it's nope, I need to get back to home. So I just canceled the class. I'm gonna try to go the following week, but I try to do too much, and I end up suffering for it and having to pay out of pocket extra fees for canceled classes, and add that together with all the out of pocket pay for figuring out my health, with doing the online doctor with the Dutch test and all the supplements and tinctures and stuff, and trying to figure out if that's working. That was some money. And then I also sent away for that Clarity X test, which I just should be getting the results soon, and that was almost $300-400. So it's a lot. I have a little bit of credit card debt again. I would say most of my expenses are for trying to do exercise classes that I end up canceling, and then of course you have a membership that you pay for, and of course the other half is trying to figure out what's wrong with me and paying out of pocket for stuff. So yeah, it gets pricey. It gets very pricey. No fun. And being a woman in general is just expensive. Haircuts, clothes, shoes, I don't know, all the products we need. They're just so much more expensive than anyone else's. Men don't have crazy expenses for everything. Anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna go eat and reset for tomorrow. I have a little bit of makeup on because it was picture day at school, and I'm gonna eat and take a shower and just get ready for the next day. Because now when you really have ADHD, it's okay, cancel everything off the plate, because you just gotta get ready for tomorrow. Which is funny, because I used to think that it was just kind of a tactic just to be stress free. I didn't realize it was because of ADHD that sometimes I'm oh, I have too much on the plate, gotta take some stuff off the plate. And now I'm constantly over putting stuff on my plate and needing to take it off, which I would do as well with food. And I'm trying to eat better now. I'm trying to eat more protein and fiber and good fats and less carbs and sugars. And I'm doing okay with staying away from sweets, but carbs is hard. I like bread. I like pizza. And I think I have an issue with candida because of that, or I'm susceptible to histamine and stuff. And I'm still trying to figure out how to really figure that out in myself. So maybe this Clarity X test will tell me. But the whole ADHD, PMDD, histamine issue, I don't know if I have POTS or hypermobile EDS. That one was tested and it was like a not high enough number. But I got a daughter who's always hot, so I think, there's something in us that's hot. And I remember in my early 20s, like, consistently getting a lot of yeast infections. Don't know if that has anything to do with it. And my 5-year-old right now is always itchy. 5-year-old. She's not active sexually, but she's eating crap. So I wonder how much of it is eating crap food affects women's flora and fauna, so to speak. And I also think that if we're susceptible to like have a lot of histamines and being inflamed and stuff, it's just like everything's triggered so easily. So how do you keep that in check? And this is another one that's kind of personal, but I'll just share it anyways because there's probably other women out there going through this. Most of my relationship with my husband, we've been together for almost 20 years. We met when I was in my late 20s. And sexually, I just don't get very wet anymore for like the longest time. And that's difficult. Like I remember that being different when my late teens and 20s, but like by mid 20s and late 20s, it was totally different. So I don't know if that's just like me always have having an estrogen issue, or does ADHD affect that, or is there something else, that creates sexual dysfunction for people. So anyway, personal, maybe too much information, but I feel like I share because there's a world of people out there who might be going through the same stuff. And I've learned so much from TikTok, so there you go. I hope you learned something new today. Have a good one.